Good day, one and all. This is Kathy welcoming you to this episode of the Scrap and Crafty Gardener. Today, I am going to be making a card using GinaK's Modern Hydrangea stencil. And I'm going to be doing some foiling, but not hot foiling. And I'm going to make a Mother's Day card out of it. So I have this pink, it's more of a dusty rose. In fact, that's the color of it, dusty rose. 10 inches by 7 inches, scored at the 5-inch line, fold it, crease it with your bone folder. And I got another shadow. Let me try moving the camera just a little. That might be a little bit better. Get most of it out of the shadow. Then I have 2 pieces of white cardstock that are 6 3/4 by 4 3/4. One is going to go on the inside. One is going to be a large white frame on the outside. And then I cut another piece of white cardstock that is 6 1/4 by 4 1/4, and that I cut from GinaK's Master Layouts 8. And I'm going to have a white on white frame. At least that's my plan. And then from GinaK's Master Layouts 8, I also cut one of these banner dies. I cut several because I haven't decided what sentiment I want to use, and if I don't want to use that one, I can stamp another one. All right, this is going to take a little bit of time today, so I'm going to start by stenciling, and I'm going to stencil right on my silicone mat here, simply because, well, actually, I'm going to start with stamping because I want to do one stamp on here in the bottom corner. I'm using HoneyBee stamps. This one's for the girls. This is with love on Mother's Day, Happy Mother's Day, and then a whole bunch of other sentiments. And I want to put Happy Mother's Day on the bottom corner. I want to put this on first so I know where to or not to stamp with the stencil. And I'm going to get that kind of down in the corner, just like that. And I'm going to use my VersaFine Clear Nocturne. Nocturne being the color. And I didn't check placement, so this may end up crooked. And actually, it did not. Yay. All right. And I might as well stamp my other, while I have my stamping platform here. I'm going to get one of these little flags. And I want to put, for a special, across the top. And that one I want to do, sorry if I get my head in the way, I want to make sure that that's kind of straight. And I'll move that up so it's not in the shadow. Lighting is really hard to get just right in a windowless basement. And the furnace just came on. I forgot to shut that off. Apologize for that noise. All right. You might not be able to hear it. Now, there are other sayings on here, like you have sister-in-law. Oh, I think I want to do for sister-in-law. For a special sister-in-law. I want to get that straight. You could, they have every sentiment on there you could think of. Mother-in-law, sister-in-law, bonus mom, nana, mother, mom, tia, abuelita. Sorry for my pronunciation. Abuela. All of those are on there. This is a very versatile set. And I've had this, well, since last year. Okay, so for a special sister-in-law. That's going on my flag banner. Okay, done stamping. Put this back on here. This is how I'm working on my organization. I stamp them, put them on acetate, and then stick them in their little folder. And then I file this under Mother's and Father's Day. That is a work in progress. All right, now I'm going to take this And I have some washi tape that I used in yesterday's card. And I am just going to cover up the bottom and just the side. I'm going to cover up the stitching with 3 sides. And this is a wider tape so that I don't stencil where I don't want to. I don't need to worry about it over here because I don't think my stenciling is going to go that far over. Okay, so we're starting with stencil number 1, the hydrangea. And I want to see where the best placement would be. I want this flower will be going off. And if I place this one just so, it'll come at the end of the word. And I'm going to try my washi tape trick again. It doesn't always work, but it usually does. I'm just making a square corner up here where I can put the next stencil right down in its spot. That will work for when I come back because the first stencil is not going to be anything. All right, and you'll see what I mean. I know I'm confusing. I'm using GinaK's Dusty Rose. It matches the cardstock, and I have my pink blending brush here. I'm just going to get a scrap and take off any color that might already be on there. I was cutting out diamonds to try something with it. So now I have a pink diamond that I can use in another project. All right. And I'm just going to stencil, and I'm going to go one direction, then I'm going to come back and go the other direction because I'm going counterclockwise. And if you just stay with the counterclockwise, your shadow layer will be on this side. But if you go back clockwise, then you have a nice even coverage of shadows. Okay, set that one aside. Now there is a layer 2. I'm not going to do that here until I get my leafery in. And let's see if this one works if I put that right in that corner. It does. Awesome. Okay. Now I'm done with the pink. Now I'm going to use 2 colors here. I'm going in with Jelly Bean Green. And I might as well take another one of those triangles that I cut. See if there's anything left on here. Then, you know, by this time next week, I might have our project to do with multicolored triangles or diamonds. All right, Jelly Bean Green first. And I'm just going to go counterclockwise on this one. And I'm not filling it in all the way. More dark in some aspects, light, almost white in others. Now I'm going to take just a little tiny blending brush, come in with fresh asparagus, and just do, and that's pretty dark. So that was really dark. So I need to come up with something now. Let's see how bad that looks. Oh, that's not too bad. I was so careful at taking the color off with my other. You know, I'm going to, let me get a little tiny blending brush instead of that one. So that is making more trouble than it's worth. I'm going to try this. Just to even it out. And just doing the dark at the base of the flowers, or leaves, which I think will kind of hide that real darkness. Because if I make it all dark the same way. Now I could just go over and make the whole thing dark. That's not what I want to do. I want to make it look like that was how it was meant to be. So the stems, right where it attaches to the flower, will be dark. And let me see how that looks. Okay, that actually turned out really well. All right, now I am going to take this part of the stencil. This was the second layer for the pink. And I am going to washi tape this down. I don't want this to move on me. Get that in the right spot where it lines up perfectly. And I just need a couple pieces in the corners. All right. Now I'm going to use, this is Deco Foil Transfer Gel Duo. You can use this with heat, like putting it through a laminator or a fuse machine or a Mink. I'm going to use it with the no heat option, which means I'm going to allow it to dry. And if I can get the lid off. Okay. Now I'm just going to take some of this on my spatula. And just go over the stencil in a very light layer. And try and get it as smooth as I can. All right. Now I'm going to pick this stencil up very carefully. And right now it kind of looks white or milky on camera for you. I am going to go wash this off in the sink. And I will be back about an hour and a half while I wait for this to dry. But for you, it'll be like a half a shake of a lamb's tail. So I will see you shortly. And I'm back. It took about an hour and 15 minutes to dry. It dries clear. However, it still is tacky when it's dry. I'm just going to peel those aside. Okay, now I'm going to get on to the foiling. I am using, this is pretty old. This is Heidi Swapp Mink. This color is just called pink. And to foil that is very easy. You just use your die cutting machine. You can also use a heat laminator if you want. I'm just using my die cutting machine. And I'm going to, this is a bigger piece than I needed, but I'm just going to place this down right over top. Put my cutting platform on top and run this through my machine. Okay. Now I'm going to peel and reveal. Oh, wow, look at that. The pink colors aren't a perfect match, but they coordinate very nicely. And that's a lot of sparkle. All right, now see I got a little bit of, I'm going to use a tweezer up here. A little bit of the foil stuck to the embossed edge. And I'm just scraping that off. Okay, now to put this card together. I want this to be popped up a little bit. So I'm going to turn this over and use some foam tape. I don't want it popped up too high. Now, other than the drying time, this is the way to foil if you don't have a laminator, a fuse, a mink, anything like that. In addition to the tacky glue method that I showed, was it last week? That Natasha Foote demoed. So there's all ways of foiling without having to have an actual foil machine. All right, now I'm going to center this as best as I can. Now I'm going to glue this down flat. And then I'm going to put on the flag banner. And I'm going to pop that up also with that foam tape. Could use foam dots. And just happen to have this right here. Now I do want to do a little bit of stenciling on the inside. So let me grab those stencils that I had just put right here. And of course, I must have left them at the sink. Hold on just a second. I did not leave them at the sink, which means they're right here somewhere. Ah, there they are, underneath my cutting platform. I'm just going to flip the stencils upside down and do stencil number 1 first. I just want to put like right there, going off the paper. And I'm just going to use the little bit of pink that's left on here. Do so very lightly. And then I'm coming in with stencil number 2, flipping it. And line that stencil up. There we go. Now I'm going to add just a little bit of ink. Not a lot. Okay. Now I am going to flip the greenery. I'm trying to figure out where that goes. Oh, right there. And I'm just going to use the green that's already on my brush. And just press it light. I don't want the inside to be too dark. And there, that's just a little accent to the inside of the card. Okay, now it needs just a little bit of bling. And I have a couple of options with washi tape on them. I have some little clear hearts. Which could be cute. Oh, I like the hearts. I'm going to put on the hearts. Let me see where I want to put some, though. Oh, that's an idea. I doubt that this, I have some hearts. a big silver heart. I don't think I want a big silver heart, but let me grab a pink. I'm just going to grab one to see if I can get a nice color pink here that isn't too, yes, I like that one. Okay, so this was Ohuhu R296 Light Prawn. And I want to put that pink heart right on the banner. And now I'm just going to take a few of these little hearts and I'm just going to dot them. We'll do one here, one here, one here, one in there, and one down there. I'm just going for it. Now these should work with my wax pickup tool because they don't have any sticky on them. But they stick to that silicone mat, holds things very well. So fingers it is, or let me try my angled tweezers. No, fingers it is. Sometimes tools just don't work. And I'm going to angle the hearts in different directions, maybe, or maybe I'll keep them straight up and down. Now I'm going to angle them. This adds a little bit more something to the card without adding a lot of bling, because we already have a lot of bling from the foil. Okay, well, that's my card for today. So sparkly and foiled, and I'm using up this foil that I've had forever, because I wasn't really a big fan of laminator foiling. I do love polyglaze sheets, and I love this. Well, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. It has turned cold again here in Pennsylvania, so stay warm, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.